Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about inline styling in React.js and I'm going to show you how we can implement inline CSS on React. So let's get started. So guys, last time you remember we have created this application and the motive of this application is to we need to add new year goals, and if I click new goal, you can see it added. But there is some issue guys. You can see if I click here on add new goal, there is no restriction that if I pass the empty goal, it allows us. But we need to stop that. So I'm going to show how we can stop, and also I'm going to show if I click here, it needs to turn this label to red so that can customer can get their, you can pass any error message also. So customer can know that their record is not filled correctly and they will at least have some information about what is going on. So let's get started. So now I'm going to make some restrictions here first. I'm going to say if we are saving our value here, dot length is less than 1, then I want to return this. I don't want to add the value to our collection. So now let's check it. So it's working fine. But you can see there is no actually no changes on the UI. So all I need to do is I'm going to add one more const here is valid, and I'm going to say is valid. Const spelling is not correct. Then I'm going to say set is valid. Use state. So by default it's true. They're valid. So now I'm going to say if the value is less than so, I'm going to update this to false. It's not valid, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use this value here on the label and passing the styling. In React.js, if you need to pass the styling on inline elements, you need to do pass this style keyword and then curly braces and then one more curly braces. This is actually object. In this object, you need to pass the value. So I'm going to say if it is false, then I need to show this. Okay, like this. Color, I need to change the color and I'm going to say not is valid. If it is false, is valid, right? So I'm going to say change the color to red. Otherwise, you can say black, okay, right? So now go and let's check it. So it turns red. But when I'm passing this, so guys, now it needs to change the color because it's not looking good. Still it's showing the red. So all I need to do is I will go here. This is how we are passing the styles. We need to pass the style keyword is equal to curly braces. In this curly braces, we need to pass the object. In object, we need to pass the all the values of CSS. I can also say something like this. I can pass font style based on the validation. So we can write more fields and update it. So what I'm going to do now I'm going to say here I can say if event dot target dot value dot trim. I can use trim dot length greater than 0, then I can update this to true, right? Let's check it out. So on new, so you can see here this again turned to black like this. We can also change the background color of this text box on the runtime, like something like this. So you can see here, see, we can change the color of the border color or whatever we prefer. Border color, right guys? So it, we don't need to pause it white. Does it looks good? So now if I click here, so you can see seeing the color. This is how we are actually passing this inline CSS. But guys, there is one issue. You all know that for this component, I have already written the CSS in the separate class. So which is a very good way because on this div form, I have actually passed the form control CSS, and now I'm changing the inline CSS, so it is going to make conflict on the page. But guys, this is just a demo of how we can, if we are not passing any CSS on in a separate file, then in this case we can write the inline CSS on our elements. But I prefer all of you that the good way of writing the CSS is to write a separate CSS class, which is actually a good way of writing. If we pass the CSS classes dynamically and in a separate classes, it looks good also, it's easy to maintain also, and it can also be reused really easily. So I prefer to write all this. So in the next lecture, I'm going to show how we are actually going to write the dynamic CSS classes and how we are going to use those in our existing components. Because previously I've just shown that how we are using it, but I've not explained and write the code. So in the next lecture, I'm going to do that. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. And thank you very much. Have a good day.